Hello everyone, welcome to Code Warriors. First of all, I would like to congratulate you all for completing successfully 2 days of 21 days of machine learning. And we are here on the third days of machine learning. So in the third day, we are going to also learn data manipulation, but we are this time going to use the library Pandas. Let's see what we are going to learn in this today's training. First of all, we will learn what is Pandas. Then moving further, we will learn what are the feature of Pandas. And at last, we will see the code section of the Pandas. So let's get started with today's session. Open your Jupyter notebook, guys. So now let's start with first of all what is Pandas. As I yes, you may be aware that Pandas is a Python library. Pandas is generally used for data analysis. We are using Pandas when we want to analyze the data, and why we are using Pandas so much nowadays, because as we have a huge amount of data is the core of any machine learning project. So we need to import that available data to our program, and we can do that using Pandas. So different formats such as JSON, CSV, SQL or Excel format can be imported using Pandas. And moving forward to features, Pandas have a bunch of features that becomes really handy for the programmers or machine learning engineers. So Pandas have data manipulation feature, then reading and writing data, reshaping of data. We can easily filter data using Pandas, and we can also clean data using Pandas. First of all, the base or we can say that the basic topic in Pandas is data frame. So we need to know about data frame. Data frame is just a 2D or more than two columns. When we have more than two columns in a data set or more than one column in a data set, then it is known as a data frame. And if we have only one column in a data set, then it is known as series. So this is a basic difference between series and data frame. We can also say like that data frame with one column is known as a series. So start with Pandas. If you have not installed it yet, you can install it using pip install Pandas. I had commented this line because I had already installed. And to use Pandas, we need to import this module. And I am giving it as a short name as PD, because I don't want to use this Pandas big name again and again. Instead of Panda, I can simply write PD. So after importing, first of all we need to create a data frame so that we can manipulate. We need data in Pandas. The basic or the most important thing in Pandas is data. Without data we can't do anything with Pandas functions or attributes. So we are creating here a dummy data. Dictionary is the best format from which we can create a data frame. So in dictionary we need a key and value pair. The key will be a column and the value will be a list, and this list will be the rows of that data frame. Let me show you by running this. First of all, if you are not aware with data frame, let's suppose we are creating this using this dictionary. So car will be the first column, and this all will be the values of that column. Then brand will be the second column. Then this all will be the Honda to Fiat will be the values of that brand. Similarly for cost and year. Let's run this part. And now we are converting this dictionary to a data frame. So we need to create a dictionary in this format only, then only we can convert this dictionary into a data frame. So for converting this dictionary into data frame, we need to use pd.dataframe. Data frame is the method. So now let's see auto. Here as you can see, auto variable consists a data frame. This is similar like a data set. You must have seen data set, Excel sheets. These all are similar. So as you can see, in first we have indexes, then we have the column names, which was the key of the dictionary, and each value is a different row value, we can say. Now I hope you are clear how can you create a dummy data frame, but we won't work in this dummy data frame. We will import a real time data set, that is the Titanic data set. First of all, I am again importing Pandas. If you have not imported, or if you have forgotten, you can import again. Then I am taking a Titanic dataset. I had downloaded this dataset from Kaggle. I will provide you the link from where you can download this dataset. And now we are going to use head function. What head function will do? Head function will display as the top 5 rows of the dataset. Let's run this part. As you can see, we had got the top 5 rows with all the columns. So suppose if you want to view top 10 rows or top 15 rows, we can use argument over here. We can pass the number of rows we want to see. As you can see, if you write 10, you will get top 10 rows. or if you write 15, you will get top 15 rows. And if you don't pass any argument, then by default it will display top 5 rows. So this the head method is very much used for the visualizing this data set. Now moving forward to info method, if you want to know what is the data type of each column or how many null values are in each column, then we can use this info method. But before using info method, I would like to run this shape method. This shape method will provide us the number of rows and number of columns. So we are aware now that we have 891 rows and 12 columns. Now we will run this info method. As you can see, info method has provided us the not how many rows are not null and what is the data type of each column. Let's suppose we choose age. Age is 714 non-null. What is the meaning of this? That 714 rows are not null in the age column. But what is the total number of rows, guys? We have 891 rows. What does this mean? That we have 205 empty rows. So in 205 rows, age value is missing. So we can easily manipulate our data, or we can know more about our data using these functions of pandas. And moreover, you can see the last column over here. As in the last column, the data type is mentioned, like passenger id is integer data type. Then here you can see at the summary at the last, we have here in d types it is written, we have 2 float data types, 5 integer data type and 5 object. You must be aware about integer and float, but what is here object data type? Whatever textual data or categorical data we have, that will be written as object. So there are 5 columns in which there is textual data. So I hope you are clear till this point. Now if we want to see the only the name of all the columns, then we can use data dot columns. As you can see, all the name of the columns is written over here. One important thing, everyone, here in some functions, as you can see, there is parenthesis, and in some we don't have parenthesis. What is the difference between these? If we have parenthesis, then it is known as the method of that class or function of that class. But we don't have parenthesis, that is termed as attribute of the class. So shape and columns are attributes, and all these are the functions or methods of the pandas. Okay, now moving forward, if you let's suppose embark, let's move to our data set. You can see in embark we have categorical values like s, c, s. So if you want to know how many distinct value are there and what is the count of each distinct value, then we can use dot value counts method. As you can see, we have 3 distinct value s, c and q, and in 645 rows we have s as a value, in 169 rows we have c as a value, and in 77 rows we have q as a value. Similar to value counts, we have unique method, but what unique will do, it will just provide us the unique categorical values. For example, let's suppose sex, we have only 2 value like male and female, so it will return male and female. It won't return us the count, it will just return us the how many distinct value are there. So I will always prefer you to go for value counts instead of unique. Unique is not so much preferable. You can always use value count, which is a better option over unique. Now if I want to access only one column, let's suppose I want to access name column, or if I want to access 2 column, name and sex both column, how can we do that? Let's move to the part that is accessing columns. If I write data, the name of our data frame, then in square bracket we need to write the name of the column we want to access. I had written the name of column is name over here. Then let's run this code. As you can see, the indexes are already prepended over here, and then we have the name, all the names. This is a series basically because we have only one column. And if you want more than one column like name and sex, we need to provide nested list like this. So as you can see, now we have both the value. Suppose if you want some other value, let's suppose what we can take, we can take p class. Let's suppose we take p class. Let me check the case. Yes, c is small, p class. Okay, now you can see we have 3 columns as output. We can see the number of columns or the name of the columns whichever we want. We don't want to see whole data set each and every time. Now I hope you are clear with this accessing columns topic. It is a simple topic. So guys, moving forward, Now we'll discuss about how we can access rows in a dataset or data frame. So to access rows, we need to use data.iloc method or loc method. So for iloc method, we are here passing the first argument is number of row or index of row, and the second argument is the index of columns. Sorry. So here first argument is 0, which means that it will display the first row, and here in column number we had not specified anything, we are just using colon. So colon means everything, so it will display the complete first row. Let's see, as you can see that the first row is 103 Brond Mr. Owen Harris. Let's check this. As you can see, 103 Brond Mr. Owen Harris, it is the same row. Let's suppose we want to see first 5 rows. Okay, we need to see first 5 rows. How we can do that? Here in rows we need to index 0 colon 5. 5 is not included over here, so we will see the index of 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, means first 5 rows. As you can see, we have got the complete data of first 5 rows. Now let's suppose if we want only say, let's suppose gender or sex. 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth index is our sex, so write over here 4. As you can see, we had access to all the gender of first 5 rows. So guys, this was the basic step of accessing rows. Now if you don't know what is the index of this, and suppose we can use this using column name. Let's suppose if we write here sex, sex, and if we run over here, you can see we have got a error. Why? Because ilog does not supports the name of the column. Instead we have to here put only the indexes, because ilog works only on indexes. What is here I forgot. So ilogs basically works on only indexes, and if we want to use the name of the column, then we have to use dot log method. Here as you can see that we can use the dot log method for, if you don't know the index of columns, you can also use name of columns. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this part. Now the most important topic is how we can filter our data. So let's suppose now in filtering of data part, we want to see only the rows which have gender or sex as male. So we can do using double equal to, because what it will do, it will compare the value of every row with male. If there will be male, it will return true, either false. So wherever there will be a male value, it will return true, and either it will return false, as you can see in the output, guys. Now moving forward, how can we sort our data? Simply we can use sort values. For this part, we are sorting the values in dummy dataset that I had created earlier of car. So if I sort that dataset according to cost, you can see that it is in the descending order. The lowest cost is here, then the cost is increasing, it is in the increasing order. So you can use sort values for sorting of data. Now one important thing is grouping and aggregation. So how we can group this data? For grouping we use group by. So we are guys here grouping the data using sex column. So I had grouped here. Now if you will write mean, then we will get the mean of both the male and female in each column. So in passenger id, here is the mean of male and female in survive. Similarly in each column we can see the mean of sex and sex of male and female. Similarly in group dot size, we can see the number of female labels and number of male labels. We have total 577 male labels and 314 female labels. Similarly, if you write groups of count, then you can see in passenger ID 314 are male, 577 are female. Similarly, 577 male survived and 344 female survived. Using group by, you can get a good insight of the data present in your dataset. So guys, this was a very basic understanding of pandas. We will provide you blogs link or different our blog link and different resources from you can explore pandas more and more. We will also provide our YouTube video link where we had conducted the whole session on pandas. And guys, I am providing you my LinkedIn profile in the description. You can add me on LinkedIn and you can ask me anything if you want, or you can mail us regarding your doubts. And for day 3 we will post one we will post one daily post on LinkedIn, and you have to comment on that post what you had learned today, and for to be eligible for completion of 21 days of ML. Because if you want comment on every day's post, we can't provide you certificate. This is a type of attendance that you are attending each session and you are learning on your own. And at the end of 21 days we will be providing certificate who are eligible participants. So we are also going to provide you link of our LinkedIn post in the description. Check it out. And till then guys, keep learning. See you on the next day.